Hey, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're going to check out the Bullseye by JS Industries. So the Bullseye I've been riding is a stock 5.9 and it comes in at 5.9 by 19.75 by 2.5 and exactly 31.3 litres. So the Bullseye is a new Occy step down shortboard. It's come out pretty recently. I've actually had the board for a fair while now, but I spent a bit of time out of the water. So I was surfing a little bit a while ago and then I've just started surfing it a lot again. Looking over it, it's a little bit of a step down model, so more designed for like smaller waves in the kind of, waist to head high kind of range. It's got a fairly flat rocker, nothing too crazy, as you'd probably expect in a board that's designed for smaller waves. And then flipping over the Bullseye, it actually has a slight V off the front of the board there. It just has a really gentle single, and then it has a double that comes through the fins. Nothing too aggressive or crazy, and it just sort of works in small conditions, just keeping water moving through the board and just making it really easy to surf. So like I said, I've been surfing the Bullseye for a while now. When I first got it a while ago, I was actually lucky enough to take it up to surf it on a point break, kind of in the 3 to 4 foot range, and it was reeling for 1 to 200 meters, quite long rides. You could do a fair few turns, and the thing was absolutely epic. It was a little bit bigger than I expected going away, and I only took this and a little fish, and this was kind of my shortboard for the trip. But it handled those waves that were, kind of overhead, really clean, and had quite a bit of push, really, really well. Because I expected it to kind of be something that only worked for really kind of small and average waves, but I was really impressed by how well it went in kind of larger conditions. Surfing it back home, it's been something I've kind of been grabbing when waves have been pretty average, around the kind of waist to shoulder high range. When we've got like little ripbowls and shories and stuff, this is what I've been grabbing. Forehand, backhand, everything, it's all gone really, really well. What's been kind of cool in a lot of these sort of shorter, kind of dumpster diver surfboards that kind of come off that design, you normally get a really flat, rounded square tail. But they've put a round tail on this, which is really cool. I think it gives the board a little bit more versatility, and it's really nice to turn off. So like I said, I surfed in those kind of bigger conditions with a little bit more push. When you get on the rail to do a turn, it just had a little bit more versatility, and it was really easy to surf through turns in some more kind of solid conditions. In the Bullseye, I've been riding a whole bunch of different fins, but it was funny, when I get a board, sometimes I'm kind of stuck in my mind, like that board's a quad or that board's a thruster. And in my mind, this was a quad, and there was no kind of ifs or buts about it. So my first 4 or 5 surfs, I put in a whole bunch of different quad fins. I had proper quad sets, I mixed fronts and rears, and I had a really bad time. As a quad, the board had a lot of speed and pace, but turning it felt really actually kind of a bit clumsy. But that could just be me. I'm not really a quad guy. And I wasn't quite sure about the board. I flicked a thruster set in it. I did the large AMs, and straight away the board was almost an instant favorite. The thing went absolutely epic. It was like night and day. As a quad, I could just not get it to go. As a thruster, the thing was amazing. Since then, I tried the AMs, I tried the fanning fins, I tried the Koloe Andinos, and then I came onto the JSs because I thought it'd be good with JS board to try their fin. It felt absolutely epic. So Almost any fin as a thruster that you'd be used to would go well on this board, and maybe you'll have better luck riding as a quad, but I did not enjoy it as a quad, but as a thruster, it's been one of my favorites. The volume in the Bullseye is 31.3 litres. So in a shortboard, I tend to go between like 29.5 to 30 litres, depending on the board. So it's got around 1.5 litres more than I normally ride. It felt good, it paddles well, it holds a lot of speed and pace across flat sections, but at 31.5 litres, it doesn't feel overly big. If you told me it was 29.5, I'd probably believe you too. It felt just right. It did everything I wanted. It worked well in really small conditions in that kind of, knee to waist high range. It also surfed really well in like overhead waves when there was a bit more push. It was super versatile and the foam was absolutely perfect. So I'd say probably order it like 1 litre or 2 above your like general shortboard volume. But even better, try and get to a surf shop and put one under your arm. There's nothing quite like actually putting a board under your arm and seeing how it feels. Overall, the Bullseye was epic. As a thruster, it's one of the funnest boards I've ridden. It works well in probably all conditions that most people get their local beach breaks, unless you live somewhere exotic like Hawaii or Indonesia. It's going to be really good in shories in the 1 to 2 foot range. If your local's kind of 3 to 4 to 5 foot and kind of pumping, this thing won't struggle. It'll actually go quite well. Overall, I've loved the Bullseye and hope you get a chance to check one out. Thanks so much for watching.